Yeah, everybody, Bella and I are out walking again this morning, so I just wanted to reiterate what I was talking about the other day. If we're getting slimed, okay, we have, obviously we have too much weight forward and we're probably out of position, okay? So if we feel ourselves, or if we are caught getting slimed, we need to lower our center of gravity and push our hips away from them. Get your hips away from them. See? But it's just another tool so that we can make it as easy as we can for these kids to take risks from the neutral. We already understand how to fight a headlock, how to fight a front headlock. Say we've just taken maybe we've taken a good shot and he's fought us off and now we're on our knees in front of him. We have to know how to wrestle from here. And it's in the workshop on fighting the front headlock. If anybody's having trouble with that, you need to go to my YouTube channel and look under fighting the front headlock, because it's important. That's where we can get smashed a lot of times. See, when we're young and weak. See? So, what we need to do is understand it to the point where it's actually offensive. It's actually offensive stuff that we'll call for at the end. At the end of bringing our hips up, driving those hips in and driving that head up. That's what it's about. Yeah, it makes a difference of where you put your hands, where you put your feet, but for the most part, is it you getting in position, you getting in strong. Just call it getting strong. And we need to get strong. If we're going to take down the best people in the country, we need to get strong. At the tail end of the penetration, we need to make sure we fight for position. Actually, we try to hold that position all the way through it if we can. That's a tall ask right there. Okay, so we got to make sure kids aren't getting frustrated, getting on their knees in front of people. I mean, obviously, I don't think on our knees is a very good place to be. But get out of there, Bella. But we get caught. We get caught there sometimes. Come on, sweetie. We get caught there. We need to know how to protect ourselves. To protect ourselves there, and then eventually work it into an offensive advantage for us. Okay, for one thing, obviously we're switching gears. For one thing about fighting that headlock, stream of consciousness here again, get out of there. Fighting that headlock, we have to stay in position. Put weight on our hands if we have to, but we need to hike those hips up. All right? We can be on both feet, we can be on one knee and a foot, or we could actually, as long as we're aware, we could be on both knees right there for maybe a short amount of time. Okay? But we have to push our hips in. I should say drive our hips in and drive our head up and get the best position we can while doing everything else, mind you. So, okay, that's clearly a survival skill right there. And again, we're trying to make it as easy as we can for the young student athletes, male and female. Trying to make it as easy as we can for them to take that chance. Because that's what we need to do is take more chances than we're accustomed. Because we know, we've talked about the 3 or 4 things that can happen to us. See, we already talked about them. So again, stay close to that YouTube channel. I get a little angry with my colleagues when they ask me about stuff, and it's already on the YouTube channel, so Let me remind you that there's about 54 workshops, and they're all labeled as to what they're about. And again, it's the best stuff in the world. The best stuff nobody's ever heard about, unless you were a beaver. And this is second hat to a beaver. Get out of there! This is second hat to a beaver. A beaver coach. So, all right, we're kind of in bear country, actually. So I'm gonna kind of keep my eyes open. I'll show you where we walk. Yeah. Okay, where to go? Well, I don't know where it went, so we could just do it like this. This is a pear orchard in the beautiful Rogue Valley. We're kind of in the western foothills right here. I don't know if I told you guys, but before there, a neighbor boy got a picture of a bear 2 doors down from my house. But we're up in his neighborhood right now, so I always carry a stick with me. All right. Only a couple things that can happen to us if we're taking chances. We can get stopped short, just straight up outmanned. We can get slimed. Okay, that's a big portion of this workshop, is understanding how to take advantage when we're on our knees in front of somebody. But normally, mind you, I don't know about both knees. I do know that we're more athletic even from our knees than a guy is sitting on his butt on the bottom. Okay? So we want to understand that getting caught on penetration position. We have to study it just like we study. I watched the team last week, and they didn't have a clue about nose to nose. Remember, we got to get the young athletes comfortable nose to nose. You got to. I think the ratio from takedowns to takedowns was probably like, I don't know, 20 to 1. One team over another with penetration. Now that tells me right there that there's some coaching going on there. Because they all had, this other team all had penetration business going on. And they just dominated. People have to understand. They were all that inside pull kind of business. I call it inside single. Other people call it a cross pull. But just understand that it's all the same. Oh, she sees something. Okay? All right, I just wanted to go over some of those things again about if we get caught getting sort of slimed, you push your way, you push off of his body, you push your body away so that he's unable to slime by us, see? Bella, come. Come, sweetie. Good girl. Okay, that's frustrating as heck, getting slimed. So it's not enough just to blast as hard as we can on forward momentum. It's not enough. We got to control it so we don't get slimed. Okay? And again, if we find ourselves doing that, we push our hips back and away. Bella's doing her thing. So. Okay? I just wanted to shore that up. They'll have to work with it. Well, you have to work with all this stuff, you coaches out there. You need repetition. Just because you know how to do something and you can talk somebody through it doesn't mean that things are actually being conveyed, you know. So anyway, I think this is as good a time as any. Listen, I'm not associated with Phoenix High School wrestling at all. I'm all about my YouTube channel and Straight Out of Phoenix virtual wrestling, year-round wrestling camp is what it is. Oh, which reminds me, guys and gals out there, moms and dads and aunts and uncles, do not pay money, okay, unless it's just for a workout, for workout partners, and that's okay. But do not pay money to go to some phony-ass camp. Do not. Save your money for travel for the kid. Don't send them to a camp. There's no need to send them to, unless they scrimmage-wise. But everything we need to know, it's not going to be at some phony wrestling camp. All right? Save your money, mom and dad. Do not spend money. Send in unless you got money to blow. And that's usually not the case. So you don't have to send them anywhere. Man, some of the worst coaches I know are running camps, for Christ's sake. There's no wonder why nobody knows how to wrestle. Oh, anyway. But yeah, I'm not associated with Phoenix. I want you YouTubers to understand that. I mean, when it's all said and done, politics is everything, so. And I just want to make it clear that there's been, in my opinion, there's been a drop-off in the competitiveness of the varsity athletes, the JV athletes, since Barry took over. I think the numbers show that. And second of all, Barry fired, basically, I don't know who knows it. I think I've talked about it before on my channel, but Barry basically fired my father. Not basically, he did. That man has brought more trouble to the high school than ever before. And that's my opinion. He's not godlike to me. All right, enough of that stuff. Yeah, go to my YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube, and then I think it's an app, I think. I don't know. But get out of there. Anyway, go to YouTube, type in Chuck Mondale, I guess. I just go to what says my channel. That's what I do. But the viewership is way up. We're having constant upward movement there. Keep out of there. So that's good. We need more subscribers. I got quite a bit waiting in the wings to have put on the channel. I just haven't seen my production guy. I got 2 subject matters. The getting slimed is an important concept to understand. Because, man, that's where a young kid can get hammered and frustrated right there. Hell, you drop the best penetration you can on him, and because we weren't paying attention, he slimes us. Okay? Remember, drop your rear end, and if you get it in a static position, you push your hips away. So he basically has nowhere to get around. All right? Whoa. Where it's slippery up here. We're on kind of a slope. We're at the top of an orchard. And the valley is down below us. And my dog makes me walk a little faster than I would like to. Okay? The big advantage that we can develop is this business of learning how to fight the front headlock and taking advantage of it. Turn it into an offensive endeavor for us. So those 2 things are like survival skills. But you have to kind of focus on some of the other stuff along the way. Like position, like quickness and balance, and so forth and so on. Okay? So again, we're trying to take all the mystery out of it for the young student athletes. Listen, if you take a shot and this happens, we've been over it every day for the last week or something, you know. All right, listen, I'm going to let you guys go for a minute. I'm going to finish walking the dog. Just remember, we're trying to avoid the frustration to a younger wrestler. Weaker, younger wrestler, let's say. I mean, like Mark Levin. Yeah, I said it. Anyway. All right, you guys. Again, any of you coaches out there, you feel you're having problems with an individual or a team or your team in general, just send me some footage. However they do it nowadays, I don't know. I can barely handle what I'm doing now. So anyway, stay in touch, you guys, and get those subscribers. Those are important. All right, you guys, thanks for your time, and I'll be around. All right, my friends, bye for now.